Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. In today's video we have to go over some very concerning threads and news considering the future of LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. I don't usually ask this, but if you're just clicking on the video, I urge you to stick around throughout this video so I can explain just exactly what is going on. But just quickly, we will get this out of the way. If you want to find this video helpful or you enjoy it, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, as well as turning on notification and joining the socials down below to get notified when I make a video or go live. We are so close to 2,000 subscribers. That's right, 2,000 subscribers. So it would be hugely appreciated if you could help me reach that goal in the near future. But getting into today's video, I felt as if it was very important to get round to making this video the minute I saw the thread come through. So, this is concerning stuff that may cause collateral damage to LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, and it has to do with WB Games themselves, not TT Games, the actual company that owns TT Games themselves. Or should I say the reform or submerging of WB Games and other companies, and what was said and what it could mean for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga in the near future. So this is tricky stuff, and I will do my best to explain for all of you guys how it went down, show you guys on screen what was said, then explain what it means and give you my thoughts on what could happen. So recently there was a post out on Twitter by Stefan Totilio, and he had this to say: WB Games is getting broken up somehow due to AT&T's Warner Media Discovery sale merger. Some of the gaming arm will stay with AT&T and some will go with the new company, rep tells Axios. At Sarah Fisher, no further info. WB Games lists 11 studios, games for all kinds of IP and devices. So at first glance this doesn't seem like much, but when you read into it and what it means is basically that WB Games is involved in a deal merge that will see it join forces with another big company to try and, I assume, make more money. But the important part about that tweet for us, the fans of LEGO Star Wars, was when it stated that some of the gaming arm of the company will stay and some will go, and TT Games and the LEGO product itself for other LEGO games by them through WB Games is one of those arms. The same way, example, Mortal Kombat and DC and so on and so forth are for the company. Now this is quite important as it shows us that there is big changes for the company in the near future, and that this is the reason why they maybe have stayed silent on all of their projects for all this time. Now, some more evidence that could show us that there is a simpler version than that very business style tweet is the person he mentioned in that tweet was actually the person who found the info and reported it through IGN and made a thread on it. So I had a look through to see if there was any mentions of the gaming side of things, and more specifically TT Games and LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Now I will leave the thread for anyone who wants to go through and read for themselves, but throughout the thread it explains how WB Games, the company, are going to be merging with the Discovery Channel, or more say the Discovery brand itself, not Discovery the channel but Discovery the company as itself, to try and compete with things like Netflix. But throughout the thread they talk about the ownership and what it means for both sides, and I picked out the only quote to do with LEGO, but it's very interesting to see what they had to say. So as always, I'll throw up the quote on screen and I'll read it out for you guys and give you my thoughts and explain what it could mean for the game. So throughout the thread it goes on to say, and it gives you subsections and questions that people might have, and it responds with their idea on what would happen. So the first one says, does this make Discovery the owner of a game publisher? That's alluding to the Discovery Channel merging with a games publisher, WB Games. It says not really, it makes the company owners of a game publisher, so they now own the company, but WB Games also own them. And then at the bottom it says, what does that mean for my favourite games? And this is where it gets interesting. It goes on to say, there's a good chance a lot of those will continue, especially if they're bled into Warner Bros. Top IP. Other studios might not work on games with one-to-one ties to Warner Media IP, for example, and this is where it gets super interesting. TT Games works mostly on LEGO games. Warner Media doesn't have close ties with LEGO. Universal does. If you're looking to sell some studios, I imagine you start there. Wow, that is big. So while this isn't from them themselves and it's more a reporter talking about the idea, the fact that DC does have tie-ins to other similar IPs, whereas LEGO and Star Wars and TT Games don't, and the idea of that maybe they could sell that arm of the company, and this is what I was alluding to earlier, where TT Games and LEGO is one of those arms in the 11 IPs that was listed, then, you know, it could be some very, not challenging times, but very confusing times for a lot of the fans, because this is maybe why they have stayed silent for so long. And this might have to be another video that I make on why they have stayed silent so much for so long, because of this huge company merge. The fact that maybe they are looking for a seller, maybe they are looking to sell TT Games and push it to some other developer or side, and who knows, maybe it gets sold off to EA and they get control over that, or whoever, because, you know, EA, when they see an opportunity, they're onto it like a flash. So it's very challenging times, and to be honest, very confusing times for a lot of the fans. So as of right now, it's still in control of WB Games and TT Games, but the future is very much uncertain if this narrative was to be taken up with, in terms of their thoughts and ideas of what they want to merge with Discovery and going forward. And so now you're left with all this information and you're asking, Splotchy, what could this mean for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga? And what I would tell you, and what I'm telling you right now, is that, look, the reason why they have stayed silent for so long is because of this huge company merge. And a lot of these gaming arms will drop off, and especially a lot of the newer, fleshed out projects. I still think that we'll get LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga this year, but maybe that's an insight and an explanation to why they have stayed so silent on not just LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, but all of their projects, and it gives us some insight onto why that has happened. Now, in terms of the game, and if it will be affected, I don't think it will be effective. Maybe this is why a lot of the lead developers have left TT Games, not because the game's finished, because obviously we know it's far into its development, but more that the company is splitting up and they're getting rid, or not getting rid in a way, but they're dealing with the staff as they try to merge two of the companies into one big brand. So until anything else is confirmed, or be notified of them pushing away or potentially selling TT Games and LEGO Star Wars to someone else, but still be involved in some of the profits as they have made most of the game, we can't really take too much for granted here, but at least you get an insight into why they have stayed silent and what is going on with not necessarily TT Games or the game, but more in terms of the company and their plans for not only LEGO, but all of their other gaming IPs and arms. So it is very much so some very interesting stuff to look at and keep an eye out for in the future. So let me know just exactly what you think about all of this down below in the comments, because I'm very, very curious to see what you guys have to say on this and what you think could be the future of not only LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, but LEGO games in general and other games like Mortal Kombat and brands and IPs like DC. So get chatting down below in the comments below. If you found this video informational or helpful, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe, as we are currently 16 subscribers away from 2,000, and it would be amazing to hit that through this video. Like I said, if you're going to enjoy as well, share it out, let everyone know on the information. Thank you very much for watching. It's been Splotchybug, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.